Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today we take a look at a Citizen NH-8389, an almost great watch by Citizen. Why an almost great will become clear later on. I've wanted to do a review of this watch ever since it came out, as Citizen managed to make an original and cool looking diver with this model that competes in design with a lot of micro brands while being reminiscent of their vintage 800 and 1000 meter divers. This thing is not only a beast in the size department but also a beast when it comes to looks. Angled case with all brushed finish gives the watch a very masculine and industrial look. The bezel with its large teeth cutouts perfectly matches that look. And although the bezel itself is massive, it doesn't sit as tall as you might expect, thanks to the fact that it is cut into the case and only fully visible on the sides. Very similar to the way Seiko designed the monster bezel. This benefits the thickness, as this watch is only 12.7 millimeters thick. I say only, as you would expect 15 plus millimeters from such a beastly looking thing. The bezel action is butter smooth and very precise with 120 clicks that line up perfectly with the minute markers on the dial. There are no misalignments here like we see on many Seiko models. Since I mentioned the thickness, I can say the other dimensions are pretty deceiving as well. This is a 46mm watch, but thanks to the fact the bezel is 44mm and the lug-to-lug just shy over 48, it wears great on even a small wrist like mine. It has a lot of wrist presence and it draws attention, but it never feels or looks too big or comical like so many other watches do. The dial is a sunburst blue with applied markers and a lovely 60 marker at 12 o'clock that not only looks cool, but also matches the font used on the bezel. I just love that little detail. The hands are large and proportionate to the overall size of the case and dial, something many watches get wrong today by putting hands that are too small. The minute hand is orange, as is traditional on so many divers' watches, as minutes are what you track when you dive. Like that wasn't enough, the hour hand is completely different to the minute hand in shape as well. Again, very reminiscent of the Seiko Monster, making this one of the best and most legible marker and hand combination on the market. So far, it is pretty clear I love the way this watch looks, and the way it is sized, and the way every little detail was done just right for a diver's watch. But here's the catch. This is not a diver's watch, which explains the missing ProMaster logo on the dial we're used to seeing on Citizen watches. To make it even worse, it comes with only 100 meters of water resistance and doesn't even have a screw-in crown. Although that is more than enough for desk diving and swimming, that's not the point. Most divers' watches today are used for desk diving only and never even come close to an ocean. But they still can be taken diving if you wanted to, which gives them street cred. And making a watch that looks so much like a true hardcore diving tool with so many dive watch details, but not making it an actual dive watch, just makes it fake somehow, like a riced-up car. That is what I mean when I said they made an almost great watch. Citizen got so close to making a perfect dive watch with this, and then messed up right at the finish line. Yes, this is priced lower because of it, but I'm sure many people would have gladly paid more for it if it was a true diver's watch. The movement is the second problem I have with this. The watch uses an in-house made 8200 movement that, although very reliable and proven, just belongs to another era and is outdated. Not only is it missing the hacking function that you get with even the most basic Seikos today, but it also has the indirectly driven seconds hand that you will often see standing still, waiting for the cogs to catch up with it. And the final problem I have with this watch is the bracelet. Although very comfortable and massive looking, it is actually a folded link bracelet with hollow end links and a stamped clasp. All this makes it clear that this watch was deliberately made in a cheap way to place it into a certain price bracket. And although I usually don't mind when companies do that, with this I do have a problem, simply because I love the way this thing looks. They did so many details right while staying original, which is something that is becoming harder and harder in today's world of horology. So I guess I'm mad because I can clearly imagine what this watch could have been if Citizen just gave it a bit more effort. Imagine it with a sapphire crystal instead of mineral, a 9000 movement series instead of 8200, and a solid link bracelet with milled out clasp that we know Citizen offers on watches costing under $300. Throw in a ceramic bezel, and I'm sure people would gladly pay 4 to 6 times more for this watch. Well, this completes this week's video, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until the next video, bye.